Good evening. This is Adventures in Music, episode 38, the story behind Moonlight Sonata. I apologize if there's noise in the background. I haven't gotten enough views to get my own studio yet, so if you'll just bear with me. Years ago, an acquaintance asked if I had ever heard the third movement of Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. And although I had played quite a bit of classical music, I had not. I since have discovered the piece, and it is quite impressive. This motivated me to research the story behind Beethoven's well-known piece. Beethoven was invited to a small party at the home of a childhood friend of the fourth cousin of the Duke of Bohemia's gardener. After dinner, Beethoven was asked by the 12-year-old daughter of the host family to a game of checkers. He cordially accepted the invitation. However, he lost miserably, having only gotten 2 kings the entire game. The host of the party thought Beethoven's self-esteem might suffer harm, so he quickly invited Beethoven to play the family piano. He was still smarting from his loss, but also noticed a full moon casting its light into the family parlor, so he sat down and simply started playing, and the result is the famous first movement of Moonlight Sonata. And it goes on. At the end of the first movement, Beethoven got up from the piano and ate a bite of cake and noticed the family playing with their pet parakeet. And this created sort of a light mood. And so he returned to the piano and wrote the second movement. Played it a bit more accurately. As he finished the second movement, knowing that one of the unspoken rules of classical music is that all sonatas must have 3 movements, he wanted to finish the composition, and it was getting late, and the host family asked him if he'd like a cup of coffee. He said, "I would like a cup of decaffeinated coffee." He intended to sip this and then write the third movement. The butler, though, was a mischievous young man, and he was waiting in the kitchen and overheard this request. Butler's name, by the way, was Hubert Adnoid. And he decided, instead of serving decaffeinated coffee, he instead made a triple shot espresso, which Beethoven had never had in his life. He was committed to drinking decaffeinated coffee. He took a few sips of that and then began the third movement. Etc. And so after the effects of the coffee wore off, he decided not to change what he had written, and eventually wrote it all down, and that's what we have for today, and played by many people, the Moonlight Sonata. Hope you enjoyed episode 38, the story behind the Moonlight Sonata. Please join us next time for more adventures in music.